$60,000 to $110,000 in under 12 months. No new certification, no MBA, not a single extra hour at the office. That's what happened to an accountant named Gregory Henshaw. And here's the part that should get your attention. 12 months before that raise, Gregory was publicly passed over for promotion. The job went to a colleague with 6 months less experience than him. 4 years of flawless work, perfect files, 0 errors, and his name wasn't even on the list. So what changed? Not his work ethic, not his accuracy. Those were never the problem. What changed is that Gregory finally understood the new rule of corporate finance. And honestly, of every white-collar career right now, being accurate doesn't get you promoted anymore. Software is accurate. Accuracy is the entry fee. What gets you promoted is what you do with the hours accuracy used to eat. In the next 12 minutes, I'll show you the exact AI skill stack Gregory built, on weekends, with no coding background, and the one meeting where it turned him from invisible to indispensable. Let's get into it. Part 1. The problem. First, you need to understand why a man this good was this stuck. Gregory's Tuesday didn't start with financial planning. It didn't start with strategy. It started with a data dump, a massive, ugly, unformatted export from the company's ERP system. And Gregory's morning, every morning, was spent cleaning it, fixing broken rows, cross-referencing ledger accounts, item by item, hours of work, completely invisible. Nobody upstairs ever saw it. Nobody ever thanked him for it. And here's the cruel twist. Gregory was so good at this grunt work, his managers couldn't afford to move him. Think about that. He was too valuable as a processor to be promoted to a strategist. His own excellence had become his cage. Meanwhile, colleagues with half his skill were getting FaceTime with the partners. Why? Because they weren't buried in spreadsheets all day. They were visible. Gregory's value was tied to output, manual output. And manual output is the fastest depreciating asset in the modern economy. He just hadn't gotten the memo yet. The memo arrived in December. Part 2. The crisis. The new senior associate list went out on a Thursday afternoon. Company-wide email. Gregory read it twice, then a third time. His name wasn't there. The promotion went to a guy with 6 months less tenure. A guy whose real talent wasn't accounting. It was packaging. He knew how to present safe, historical numbers in a way that made the partners feel comfortable. That night, Gregory stayed in the office long after the cleaning crew came through. Just him, the hum of the vacuum down the hall, and a spreadsheet glowing on his screen. And staring at that spreadsheet, he finally saw it for what it was. Not a work product, a ceiling. Those meticulous 300-page binders he was so proud of. To the partners, they were a commodity. Interchangeable, replaceable, soon, automatable. The threat wasn't being invisible anymore. The threat was being obsolete. And sitting there in the empty office, Gregory landed on the sentence that changed his career. Write this one down. Stop reporting what already happened. Start explaining what happens next. The past is a commodity. The future is the product. Part 3. The experiment. So Gregory gave himself a new job, without telling anyone. Monday to Friday, he was still the data guy. But on weekends, he became a systems builder. His mission: automate the bottom 80% of his own workload and reinvest every reclaimed hour into the one thing software couldn't do: judgment. Step 1 was the reconciliation problem. He built a workflow that ingested the messy data from multiple global subsidiaries and automatically categorized every line item according to the firm's accounting rules. The first time he ran it, he watched the screen do in 15 minutes what normally took him 2 full business days. 15 minutes. 2 days of his life, handed back to him. Every single cycle. Just like that, 40% of his work week was free. Step 2 was where it got ambitious. Predictive forecasting. He started feeding historical variance data into a model trained to spot subtle shifts in market conditions. And I'll be straight with you. His first models were garbage. wildly inaccurate. He hadn't learned to weight the operational variables yet. Most people quit right there. Gregory spent 6 more weekends refining it, and eventually, the system did something remarkable. It produced a variance report in plain English, not numbers, a narrative, explaining why a budget was off track and exactly what it would take to fix it. Gregory wasn't holding a spreadsheet anymore. He was holding a crystal ball with footnotes. Part 4, the pivot. Now here's the meeting, the one I promised you. Mid-quarter budget review. The firm's core retail division is bleeding, trending toward a serious deficit. Tension in the room. Every accountant walks in carrying the same thing. Identical blue binders, page after page, documenting the loss in perfect historical detail. An autopsy. Gregory walks in with something different. A recovery path. His predictive model didn't just show the deficit, it showed the way out. The exact inventory adjustments needed to stabilize margins over the next 3 quarters, with probabilities attached. The room shifted. For the first time in his career, Gregory wasn't reading rows off a ledger. He was directing the conversation. Then came the moment. The CFO, a man who had never once addressed Gregory by name, leaned forward and asked the question, "How did you find the correlation between regional weather patterns and the sales lag?" "We've never seen that." Quiet room. Every partner looking at the data guy. And notice what Gregory did not do. He didn't say AI. He didn't mention models, prompts, or software. He said it came from enhanced variance analysis. And then he explained the insight itself with clinical precision. He led with the judgment. The machine stayed backstage. That's the move. Executives don't pay for tools. They pay for the person who knows what the tools mean. Within weeks, Gregory was getting pulled into closed-door sessions. Not the anonymous accountant in the middle row anymore. The person leadership called when the numbers got complicated. Part 5. The result. By year-end, the conversation about Gregory had completely flipped. The partners weren't debating whether he'd earned a promotion. They were debating how to stop a competitor from poaching him. The offer, a senior strategic role, $110,000, an 85% raise for the same 40-hour week, and his Tuesdays, unrecognizable. The reconciliations and variance checks now run overnight, automatically, while he sleeps. He walks into a 1-page intelligence dashboard that's already done the old version of his job. His actual hours go to strategy, designing financial frameworks, advising executives on acquisitions, the work that gets names remembered and salaries doubled. The clock-racing panic of manual data entry, gone. Permanently. What replaced it is a different kind of pressure. Strategic accountability. The kind of pressure that comes with a 6-figure title. The kind you actually want. Same man, same desk. Completely different career. Part 6. The lessons. So what's the takeaway? Not just for accountants, but for anyone whose job involves processing information? 3 things. And the first one stings. 1. The most promotable person is no longer the most accurate one. Mechanical accuracy is now delivered instantly, by software, for pennies. If your professional identity is built on being careful, you're standing on melting ice. 2. Automate in private, deliver in public. Gregory built his stack on weekends and never once pitched AI to his bosses. He pitched insight. The machine was infrastructure. He was the product. Get that order wrong and you become the person who's good with tools. Get it right and you become the person with vision. 3. And this is the question to sit with. If a script automated your core tasks tomorrow, what foresight would you bring to the room? If your honest answer is formatting, speed, or accuracy, you're in the commodity category and the clock is running. But if you use the machine to amplify your judgment, something powerful happens. Your value stops being capped by an org chart. Here's what I want to know from you. What's the one data task in your job that you'd automate tomorrow if you could? The thing eating the hours that should be going to strategy? Put it in the comments. I read everyone, and the best answers shape the next case studies. If this story hit close to home, the subscribe button is right there. We break down a new transformation like this every week. See you in the next one.